Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. But if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I hope that you enjoyed the experience. So today I'm going to be doing a 13 by 6 HD frontal braided wig. So the first thing I've done is I've bleached my frontal and I've cut out the ear area. I've measured my clients. I've used her measurement. I had measurement and I've cut out the excess around the ear area. This is what my frontal look like. So the next thing you're going to do is after you've worn your mesh cap on your canvas head, you want to make sure that the cap is properly placed and it's sitting right in the center. So what I like to do is I like to measure my frontal into two equal halves, so it just helps me to get the middle, the center part of the wig. So I've gone ahead and used the scissors to just slightly cut off the lace in that area for the center, and this is what I'm going to do. This I did that because I wanted it to sit at exactly the center of the cap that I've worn properly on my canvas head. You see the lines on the canvas head, it's not for decoration, guys. There's a reason that they're there, and I've gone ahead to place the center part of the frontal that I've cut in the exact center of the canvas head. I just want it so that when my client wears it, it sits right in the middle of her head, and it's everything is just rightly placed on her head. So I'm just making sure that after I've secured the front part, the rest of it is not hard again. Once you get the front part, the trying to place the frontal on the mesh cap becomes easy. So I'm just going ahead and just like using my T-pins to just secure the frontal down on the cap to make sure that it's flat, it's rightly placed, and it's just where I want it to be. You see how I'm doing that? I'm just carefully making sure that I place the frontal right. You want to make sure that there are no lumps, there are no bumps, and your frontal is just sitting very flat on the canvas head, on the mesh cap. So after I've done that, I've gone ahead, I use the rubber band to pack the hair so that it doesn't get in the way while I'm tacking. So it's time to sew, guys. We want to sew the frontal onto the mesh cap, and I like to start, it's a personal thing. I don't know, people start from wherever they want to start from, but personally I just rather like to start from the center. I start from the center and go down to the other end, then come back to the center and go to the other end. So I'm just tacking right now, guys, going from the center to the left. So you just want to do really clean stitches and just keep working your way downwards until you get to the end. See, I'm done tacking this left side, and I've moved on to the right side to do the same thing that I've done on the left side to the frontal, yes guys. So after I was done sewing both sides, the next thing that I like to do is I remove the cap. Now it's together, the frontal and the cap are now together, they've been tacked together. So I want to cut off the black net, the mesh cap under the frontal, the area that I sewn the frontal. So you just want to get rid of that part. You do not need that part, you want to get it off. So I'm cutting that place off, and you just want to be careful that you're not so far away from your stitches and you're not too close to your stitches, so that it doesn't unravel, or so that you don't have excess black cap under the frontal area. So you just want to nicely cut off that area, and after you cut off, you see what it looks like. Now your frontal can stay right on your head. So I'm going to wear back the cap on the canvas head, and then yeah, when you just want to make sure that you wear it right. You it's in the center, the nape area is well placed. Like I said, the lines on the canvas head is not for decoration, there's a reason that it's there. It measures the nape of the head. I'm just making sure that I put the pins in the right places. You just want to do that, place the frontal right. So after I've done that, the next thing I want to go to is measurement. You see what it looks like now. The frontal area is now it's transparent. It looks like a human being's head, like the hair is growing from your own skull. So yeah, you just want to make sure that you smoothen it out, and you make sure that it's nice. After you're done with all of that, the next thing is the measurement. Like I said from the beginning, I'm working with my client's head measurement, and 12 from the crown of her head is that area the crown or the we don't speak area, I'm not sure what that place is called, it skips my mind, to the nape of the head. So it's 12 inches, so I've gotten my 12 inches, and obviously the mesh cap is too big for a 12 inches, so I just like went ahead and tacked the mesh cap. So I folded it and made sure that it was giving me my actual 12 inches. So I tacked the, I have a video that explains this, but I'm sure you understand what I did. So the next thing after that I want to do is I go straight into braiding. This is the extensions that I'm going to be using today. Is this spiral braiding hair, and this is what it looked like from the pack. So I'm going to take it out from the package, and what I like to do with this braiding extension is, you do not want to use it as, you don't want to start like picking out the extensions little by little from the whole pack. Else you tangle it, or you, I mean, it just gets really rumpled and tangled. So you do not want to waste or spoil the extensions. What I like to do is I like to oil my hands and take out small sections. Then I kind of like separate it into like 4 or 5 places per pack. So I take a part from the 5 places I've separated into, and I start taking little by little from there. When I'm done with that, I move to the next one. So that's what I do. So the first thing I like to do is I like to crochet a small part of the braiding extension into my mesh cap. Then I go in with my I go in with another part which is bigger, slightly bigger than the part that I've crocheted into the mesh cap. So this is just me like trying to create like, oh, the small part that I crocheted is like the hair on the head, and I'm going in with additional hair to just braid that hair on the head to serve as a base. Yeah, as a base. Some people might just like crochet the entire thing into the mesh cap and braid like that, but personally I just feel like that's like just putting too much pressure on the mesh cap, and you're gonna dig a big hole. They use like because for that you need a bigger crochet pin, and you're gonna like dig a big hole in your mesh cap. So I like to go in with the small crochet pin and do just a little of the head, and I go in with more hair to just do the braiding. So this is what I'm just gonna do. I'm doing that now, and I'm braiding the hair. And for these extensions, you do not want to braid to the tip, because we need the curls. That's like the beauty of the extensions, for the ends to be curly and dropping and so bouncy. And some people I've seen tie the hair wherever they stop, but personally I do not tie. I just don't think that it looks good when it's being tied. It just really doesn't look good to me. Like I said, you see how mine looks. This is how I like it, to be honest. Some people will say, oh, what if it unravels? No, it doesn't unravel. Just make sure that when you get to the end where you want to stop, make sure that it's tight, the braids are tight. So guys, this is what I've done. I've gone out of the camera and I've braided every part. I've done the same thing that I did from the beginning. I've braided the entire area of the mesh cap, and now I'm moving to the frontal area. So I like to comb my hair out just to make it smooth and sleek and ready to work on. So guys, like I always say, I like to work in sections. I just like to make things easy for myself. I like to see what I'm doing. I like to know what I'm doing ahead. So I do that for every aspect of my life, even to braiding. So yes, I like to put things in sections and plan like, okay, while I'm already doing this, I know what I'm doing next. Okay, so what I want to do with this frontal is I'm going to part 2 to 3 lines. I still don't know the difference between a row and a column, so take that from me. I'm going to say anyone right now, so you just like take whichever one. But I've tried my adult life. I still do not know the difference between a row and a column. So let me just say a row. I'm going to decide to use a row today. So I'm going to take 2 rows. I'm going to part 2 rows at the back of the frontal. I'm doing this because I want it to be so that, you know, the back of the hair is it's a mesh cap. This is a frontal we're working with, not a full lace. So I like to use hair to cover that area in the back, that line is like, I won't say ugly, but like, there's like a line that doesn't look so natural at the back, at the end where the mesh cap stops. It looks, like I said, I won't say ugly, but it doesn't look natural. So I like to section hairs from the back. I like to take like 2 to 3 sections from the back of the frontal to cover that line of braid that I've done. It's just, I've realized that it looks better that way when I do it, as opposed to just going straight up to just like part the frontal in the middle and do one side, do the left side, and braid it to the right. Before I do that, I like to do a back section. It just helps. You can try it. I don't know if you don't already try it, but you can try it. It just makes everything look good actually. So yeah, this is what I'm just doing. And I like to pat my head, the entire thing down first before I go into full braiding. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm taking that, I'm sectioning it, and I'm just going to braid it down so that it doesn't get into the next line or row or column. Yeah, you get what I mean. So yeah, I'm taking that and I'm just braiding the section down. After I was done parting the first row, I've gone to the second line to part that part, to part it out too. So I've done that, and I've just cornrowed it down. So now I'm going to the center of the frontal. You want to make sure that it's in the right center, because remember, this style is the center part, and you do not want your client wearing the wig and then it's getting offside, or it's getting, I don't know, it's getting off center rather. You just want to make sure that you're in the center. So take your time, go through it, make sure that you have equal parts from the right and the left also. Just make sure that you get a clean part and your part is in the center where you want it to be. So that's what I'm just doing. I'm just taking my time and making sure that it's of equal sizes. What I parted in the left and parted in the right. So when I was sure that I have that, so I want to go ahead and now start doing the same thing that I did to the I work with braiding gel. Yeah, it just helps me get whatever is in my way out so that I have clean parts. Hair is not getting where I do not want it to be. You understand the reason for a braiding gel. Yeah, so I work with a braiding gel. I like it. And you use a braiding gel and you want to comb it out to make sure that it's smooth and it's sleek and it's just giving you what you want. So I've done that. So I'm going to just like pack a side out and just continue working on the side that I want to work on. So I've used my the clamp to just hold one side out and focus on the part that I want to be on. So the same thing that I did to the back of the hair by sectioning out like 2 rows, I'm going to do it now to the left and the right hand side. So you just want to do clean parts, make sure they're equal parts, cut it out, make sure they're clean, make sure they're straight, make sure they're equal, and then you want to cornrow it down. You want to cornrow it down and make sure that it's everything is just ready for you to start braiding on. So I've sectioned that part, you see, and I've braided it down, and I just want to go ahead and section another part, just basically doing the same thing, section another straight clean part, and make sure that it's equal. Like I said in the beginning, you want to make sure that they are all of equal sizes, because so it doesn't look ugly, or so it doesn't look not right. Yeah, so you see, I'm just making sure that the line is straight and it's looking equal. And after I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and cornrow that particular one. So I'm just going to go ahead and cornrow it down like I've done. So this is what I'm going to be doing to the entire frontal. I'm doing the left side, and after I'm done doing the left side, I'll do the right side. So this is what it all looks like now. So the next thing, that after I have my my foundation, this is what I call it, after I have my foundation, I want to now go in and start braiding. Now I know where to go, what to do, how many braids I have left. Everything is just equal, as opposed to just sectioning and braiding, sectioning and braiding, sectioning and braiding. That way you do not, sometimes it turns out that you have like excess hair out, you don't know where to fix. That's why I don't know if you've seen some trending videos on Instagram or TikTok or anywhere where they ask, oh, where should I what should I do to this remaining hair? It's just because they didn't like part it equally from the beginning, and it just had hair left. But with this method, even if you made a mistake, is you can go back and just what's the word I'm looking for, you can go back and just get it done. That's because you've not braided the hair, so it's easy. So for the hair, for the frontal parts, I'm going to be doing knotless braids. You know how you fit in your knotless, you just want to go gently, take a part out and just go gently and carefully, because this braiding extension can be so slippery, guys. It's really slippery. It's not like our canacolon extensions that is so thick and we know how to work our way around it. This one is slippery. This one is so slippery, so you want to be careful. You want to make sure that you have a tight grasp of it, so it doesn't just do the wrong thing, or so that your braids are not ugly or bent, or you know how an ugly braid looks like. Yeah, just want to make sure that you hold it tightly, especially when it comes to working with the frontal. You know, the hairs on this frontal, sometimes they're not kinky hair like our natural hair. They're really so smooth, like a relaxed hair. And you know how a relaxed hair, you know what it feels like, it's usually slippery. So imagine braiding on a relaxed hair and using a slippery extension to braid on a relaxed hair. So you're going to be getting slippery and slippery. So yeah, it's hard to work that way. So you want to make sure that you have a tight grasp of the hair and the braiding extension. So just work your way. We already have our foundation. Just go ahead and start braiding. Go where you, according to your pattern, face the back. Right now I'm braiding towards the back, like I said, to cover that line of the mesh cap, so that it all looks pretty, it looks natural. That's what I'm just doing. So here I'm still doing my feeding for the knotless braids like I did for the first one. Just want to do the same thing and just do really nice braids. And like I said, always remember the slippery extensions. The hair is slippery, the extension is slippery, so you just want to do right and braid tightly. Okay, so I'm done braiding everything now. I braided to the back, I braided to the side, and I to the left side, and I braided to the right side according to how I sectioned it all out. Now we're left with just this one braid, and I just want to show you the end. I mean, yeah, the last braid. I just thought it was right to just record the last braid. So just want to do what we've been doing since on this last braid too. Remember, knotless braids, section your hair into three, weave, like I will do like 3 4 depending. Some can do two. I really do not, it all depends on you. So yeah, I feed in my curly extensions, and I'm just braiding the hair. And that's just what I just want to make sure that your hands are quite somewhat oily because of the way these extensions, the way they're set up. You just want to make sure that your hands are somewhat oily. That way it glides smoothly through the extensions and it doesn't tangle, because this, you can mess these extensions up real quick, like within a twinkle of an eye. You can just like mess it all up. So you just want to be careful and make sure that we don't want to destroy the curls. Remember, we need the curls. That's like the beauty of the braid of this extension. So yeah, I'm just doing that. This is the last braid. I'm braiding and braiding and braiding. I'm braiding it to the end. After I was done braiding, I'm just cutting off, like, you just want to nip off like the end of it. And this is what the wig looks like, guys. Can you see the end of it? Can you see how that back, the braid that I did to the back, you see what it's doing? It's just making sure that the back of the wig looks less less weird, unnatural. Yeah, so this is what the wig looks like. The client had requested no baby hairs, so I didn't put any baby hairs on this wig, just straight up braids. She didn't have the time. I remember I used HD lace for this wig. So if you have watched up until this, I don't know if I should have even said this earlier, but let me just say it now. So if you've watched up to here and you're still here to subscribe, or to my channel, this is the time for you to subscribe to my channel, to support me, to keep doing more videos. Please like, share to your friends, somebody who might be interested. Drop a comment, could be a love could be any emoji, to be honest, like just to appreciate the work that I'm doing. Yes, just like share, like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done that. And this is me holding the wig. I've gone ahead and attached an adjustable band to the wig. You want to make sure, so that it can be worn glueless, you want to make sure that you attach an adjustable band. That way it's easier for your client, regardless of so that they can just like fit it to how tight they want it to be. So I'm wearing a bald cap just because I have white hair. Actually, my hair is tinted, and I just wanted it to look natural, so I went ahead and wore a bald cap on top of my head to just like wear the wig and show you what it looks like. And guys, this is what the wig looks like. Look at it, it's so beautiful, it looks so natural. Yeah, this is sitting really right. This is sitting so right. Once you braid your wig right, it just sits really perfectly. Can you see how it's sitting right on top of my ears? And everything just looks so pretty. This is me just showing you how natural. Can you see how natural this looks? I'm yet to cut off the excess lace from this frontal. That's why you can still see that. I'm still going to get to cut that out. The client did not request that I cut it out, so I'm just going to leave it for her to figure it out by herself. Can you see the curls on this wig, on this braid? Can you see the curls? Like I said, I do not like to just at the end tight. Some people do it, but I don't do it. But you see how it turned out. You see how beautiful this wig is. You see how this wig is pretty. I do not even have the words. I feel like I've said too much already. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to see you on my next video. Bye.